Hey everyone, it's Morgan. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a beauty video. I haven't done a makeup video in a long time, so I figured it was time to do another makeup video. So today we're going to be testing the best drugstore concealers. So I have here 5 drugstore concealers, and we're going to be trying them all, seeing which one is the best, and giving them ratings and stuff like that based on price, coverage, creasing, and stuff like that. So let's get into the video. Okay, so it's time to get into the different concealers. So the first one we have is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer in the shade Fair Light. Alright, then the next concealer is the LA Colors Ultimate Cover Concealer in the shade Porcelain. Then the next one we have is the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Then we have the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer Full Coverage Matte Concealer in the shade Light Peach. And then the last foundation. Then the last concealer we have here is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer in the shade Ivory. So those are the 5 concealers that we will be testing out. So let's get started in testing them out. Alright, so we are going to start by first taking off our makeup that I currently have on. Alright everyone, so we had a bit of a lighting change because my skin was not looking the best in that lighting. So we are back. So we're going to start, just get our hair out of our way. So I have taken off my face makeup. So now I'm going to just do my base, and once I have my base, I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so now that my base is on, we're going to start with the first concealer. So we're going to start out with the LA Colors Ultimate Cover Concealer in the shade Porcelain. This concealer was $3.95, so it's really cheap, and it has 0.13 fluid ounces. So we're just going to open her up. I have used this one before, as you can tell, it's very used. Hey everyone, I just wanted to pop in here and say that I took my mascara off before. Sorry about the change of scene. I just figured it would be a lot easier to put on concealer without mascara. So let's just continue with the rest of the video. Time for the first concealer. So, where did she go? Where did I put her? Okay, here she is. So, I went somewhere. I'm just going to pull it out, and we're just going to start a little bit in the corner. Oh, I can already tell it's really yellow undertoned. That's not, it's very full coverage. I don't usually like full coverage. It's not my thing. I don't wear super heavy makeup, so see how this goes. Just a little there. That's really it. So let's try to blend it out. I realize I forgot this dries super fast, so let's get going. Okay, so as I'm blending it, it's very full coverage. But it dries super fast. It doesn't blend very well. It dries up so fast. Yes, we're gonna go into my foundation brush and try to blend it out a little bit better. My face is starting to look super cakey. It didn't really bright up a ton. Didn't really help that. It doesn't look super bad like on camera, but in real life, I look so cakey, and like there's some spots that I just won't blend into. And like in real life it covered up everything, like on camera it looks very like splotchy. So let's swatch it now because I forgot to before. I'll put it on the back of my hand. It's very yellow undertoned, which it doesn't look yellow undertoned, and it looks more neutral undertoned. When you put it on the skin, it looks very yellow. Here is my opinions. It's very full coverage. So if you want a cheap, good, full coverage concealer, it is good. If you have more neutral or pinky undertones, I don't think it would work very well for you. You can get this at like Five Below, Big Lots, TJ Maxx, stuff like that. You can't get it at, I didn't look at Walgreens, but you probably can get it there. So I wouldn't personally wear it, but it does look pretty good on my skin. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Alright, so 30 makeup wipes and 1 moisturize I'm back. So just a little note on the LA Colors concealer. It is really, really tough to get off. I was like scrubbing on my face. I used like 3 makeup wipes. It was really bad. And so if you don't want to like ruin the environment by using 3 makeup wipes every time you use it, I wouldn't suggest this one. So yeah, this definitely isn't my favorite, but that's why we're going to try more out. So I figured it would be a little bit easier to tell full coverage since I don't have a ton of like pimples and redness if I didn't put foundation on. But as we saw, this was definitely full coverage, so we don't need to test that out. But now we're going to test out the Covergirl. This Covergirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer in the shade Fair Light. We're going to test this one out. So we're just gonna... Ooh, it's very tiny. Alright, so it looks like it could be my shade. So we're just going to swatch it next to the other one. Looks about the same color, maybe a little bit more like peachy undertones, I think. Alright. It already looks kind of sheer when I put it on, like not super full coverage. You can always layer it on. Alright, I don't know how fast this is going to dry, so we're going to pat this on underneath my eye. Okay. So I have very dry skin, especially around my nose and underneath my eyes. So this is looking really good on my skin. Oh, that's gorgeous. It doesn't cover up a ton. So like if you're looking for like you have super bad under eyes, it doesn't cover up a ton, but we're gonna do the other side. Also, I found 4 out of the 5 products at Target. That's where I went and I grabbed a bunch of them. So we're going to just blend in the other eye. It's very blendable. It is very sheer, but we'll see if it's buildable later. Alright, so I just blended both cheeks and they're looking really good. We're going to go around the nose. And down the nose a little bit there, like that. That's where I have most of my redness. It's in and around my nose. It's like in these corners, I always have a bunch of redness. So it is really sheer, but it does cover up what I need to cover up. So I've covered up most of the redness here on my nose and underneath my eyes. It does crease really fast, so we're gonna have to set that girl in place before she starts creasing all over. I'm just using the BS Mall powder brush just for a little bit of powder so she stops creasing. And then I'm just going to use the BS Mall Big Powder Fluffy Brush and just kind of place it all over. So this is with just concealer on, which looks really good. I do have natural rosy cheeks and my forehead is a little splotchy, but because I usually don't wear foundation, so I usually just wear concealer, but I don't really have a good concealer, so I was like, this would be a great video idea. My thoughts on the Covergirl Concealer, this one. So I really like this one. Shade match is not that great. Like, it doesn't look like it would match my skin, but it looks really good on the skin. Obviously, I'm not wearing anything else, so I can't really, like, you can't tell. Yeah, I really like this concealer. It's really good for the money. It doesn't crease a ton. It's very smooth and soft, so it doesn't, like, it's not, like, tacky or sticky or anything. And it blends out into the rest of my skin really nicely. So we're going to move on to the next concealer. Let's go. Alright, so the last concealer for today, for me, is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Oh, also, I forgot to say the price of the Covergirl Concealer. So the Covergirl one is originally $9. I got it on sale for $4.49. So if you can find it on sale, it can be a really cheap one. It can be $9. I think it's definitely worth it. It looks really good on your skin as long as you get the right shade. And I did here, it looks really tan for me. I probably would have gone a shade lighter if I could, but it still works really good. So the last one for today is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Ivory. This is $5.39. So we're going to open this one up and try it out. There's a bunch of shades for this one, so you should be able to find your shade here. Alright, so here is what the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer looks like. It is 0.23 fluid ounces. So currently, in the lead 4 ounces is a tie between the Maybelline Fit Me and the Covergirl. So they both have 0.23 ounces. So we're going to start this here. Alright. So it looks a lot lighter. We're going to swatch her on her hand. That looks close to my shade. Looks pretty close. So we're going to just... Alright, so we're just going to put it... Okay, so it already feels like a really good consistency. It's not too harsh on the skin, but I don't know what the heck is going on. There's like a bunch of little streams. That's so gross. What the heck? Hair in it. Okay, bad start. Hold up, that's disgusting. Alright, well, we're gonna continue. Alright, time to blend it in. Also, if you care, this beauty blender is from Target, like the dollar spot $1 beauty blender. It's really soft and squishy. An overall great beauty blender. Okay, so it's very bright under my skin. As you can tell, it covered up the redness I have, and it is sheerer. So we're gonna go in with another layer. Get her to be fuller coverage. Alright, so this is looking really good. It is very shiny, which is not that bad because my skin is usually really dry, so it brings sort of a natural glow. It looks really good on my skin. I really like it. So I'm going to go and do the other side off camera, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I just put it on my face. I noticed when I was putting it on that, like, it is very oily. So you're definitely going to have to powder. This powder is completely broken, and I definitely need to get a new one. But you're definitely gonna have to powder because it is definitely on the oilier side. So if you're oily, I wouldn't suggest it. I'm dry, so it's not that bad, so it wouldn't be overly oily. I look kind of like a ghost on camera right now. In real life, it looks really good, honestly. Like, it looks great. It is very light, so I think I could have gone a shade a little bit darker because it makes me look like a ghost. So I really like this one. For $5.39. This concealer is bomb. So I will see you guys tomorrow for the last two, the e.l.f. and the LA Girl Concealer. So it'll be one day for me, but it'll be 1 second for you, so let's go. Alright, so I realized I was using my ring light and it probably made me look like a ghost. So here is what the Maybelline one Fit Me looks really good on my skin because, sorry, I was using the ring light and making my skin look really awful. So yeah, now we're gonna go to the next two concealers. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright everyone, so it is the next day. As you can see, I'm wearing a different outfit. So yesterday we tested these 3 concealers and we did pretty good. So now we have 2 more we're going to test. We're going to be testing the LA Girl Pro Conceal and then the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. So we're going to start with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. There was not very many shades in this. Okay, so we're going to open her up. So this, it's like the little bristle brush, which I'm not a fan of these too much. So now we're going to squeeze the little, into the little bristle thing. It's coming up. Oh, it's oozing. Oh, it's oozing. Okay. So there's not a ton in here. There's 0.28 ounces, 28th of an ounce. Okay, it's like squirting out the side, so it's kind of lumpy and grumpy. All right, we're gonna take our wet-end beauty blender. Kind of blend it into the skin. Oh, okay, that's actually kind of looks good. Okay, that actually looks good. Definitely brightened it up. Brighten that up a bit. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, so this is a lot. I was expecting a lot worse since like a squeezy tube, and since this was literally like $5. And since there's not a ton in it, so we're gonna now, looking at my skin, it gets a little cakey, but it covered up, like, I have dark veins underneath my eyes, so it definitely covered that up, which is good. This is a really weird, like, I've never done this in a concealer before, so I think it's kind of strange. Alright, we're gonna blend her out. And onto the eyelid. I've got some pretty harsh eyelid veins too. Okay, so it blends out very nicely, and it's very brightening. My eyes look a lot brighter, except for it's really hard to get into the corner. Okay, so that looks really good. It makes my eyes very bright. It's very, I probably will wear this with like foundation because it makes it very bright compared to like the rest of my skin tone. Alright, well, this concealer did a lot better than I expected. I also didn't expect this shade to match because it looks really dark compared to my skin, but it's like 2 shades lighter, so buy it as like your skin tone and it'll be lighter. It's kind of weird. So it's definitely very full coverage and it looks really good on my skin. I wouldn't wear it as like foundation because obviously it's a concealer. Okay, that looks really good. Oh, that's good concealer. Alright, so I just took all my makeup off. Anyways, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which I'm really excited to use this. So this is in the shade Light Peach, as you saw earlier. Alright, we're going to open. Oh, I just tore it. That was unsatisfying. Gonna pour it out. This is supposed to be 16-hour wear. It's very light. I'm thinking maybe it's too light. Kylie's over there. She's literally in my bed. Oh, my room's a disaster, but so we're gonna open her up. It's very thick. Okay, so it's a very thick bottle. It's more of like a liquidy texture. Okay, so it's very light on me. Okay, like, is it only me, or like I'm really bad at picking out concealer matches? Because like I keep saying that I look like literal Casper the Ghost. So like, wow, Morgan, I'm so great. I guess that's the point, but like if I'm just wearing concealer, I don't want it to be so light. Bruh. Oh, this is so full coverage. Boy, I probably put too much too. Blend it into my hot pink cheeks. Let's blend. Alright, so this is what this eye looks like. It covered up most of it. Like, it looks pretty good. It's not super cakey either, which is good. I often worry about caking, so let's do the other side. I did so much. I could probably do a little bit less next time. I think Light Peach was
a little bit too light. Like a ghost.
Okay, so I used the brush and it blends out a little bit better. I look a lot a bit pale. Look at me, I have a mustache! I look like ghostly. Alright, well, I look kind of tragic, but it didn't blend out, so I got such a light shade. If I wore foundation, it would look better. We're gonna take it all off, put foundation on, and we'll be back. Okay, I put my foundation on. I'm looking a little tan, so we gotta light up myself a little bit. Alright, so I just finished applying the concealer, and it looks really good. It hasn't creased underneath my eyes. It looks really good. I really like it. Okay, so I totally forgot to do like an outro at all, and so I don't have any of the concealers with me. I have one of them actually. Yeah, I had so much fun testing these concealers. I think that my favorites are probably either the LA Girl one here if you're just going to wear concealer and not wear anything else. Otherwise, I definitely recommend the Maybelline one here. That one's so good. I loved that one so much. It was more on the pricey side. It was like $9 or something. So yeah, those are my top two. Otherwise, then I'd probably put the e.l.f. one and then the CoverGirl one, and then I definitely do not recommend the LA Colors one. It just doesn't look very good on my skin. Maybe it will work on your skin. You can try it out. It's only $3, so it won't cost you a ton. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I really want to know in the comments below, please comment video ideas or just anything in general because it really helps out my channel and I love being able to talk to you guys. So make sure you comment that down below. Also make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video, which is on Sundays at noon. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.